Hello, lovely listeners, and good morning, Kim.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, everyone.
Hmm.
Ah, today I was asking Jill, what is our message going to be? Because I got nothing in my head going through. It's pretty blank. There's no song, there's nothing. And I've been hearing a lot of talk about time. Jill's been experiencing some really odd time situations
Yeah,
where she feels like she doesn't have enough time, but there's plenty of time.
and there isn't that
Uh,
much to do, yet my experience is totally like, oh my God, I have so much to do, I'm never going to get it done. Like I was
yeah,
saying last week, I think it was.
yeah. And I'm hearing it from more and more people in the community, though, too. Um,
Mhm.
so I know there's a time issue going on. And then, as we're talking, Jill shared a beautiful dream. I'm put you on the spot.
It's all right.
That really had a lot to do with kind of like the past energy and the future energy, or the now energy, actually, um, and how they're kind of like converting together. Almost your
Hmm.
past is coming into the now, but it's not the same.
Hmm.
It's changing
Yeah,
perceptions.
and it was like that, kind of like a brain trick, because when I woke up this morning, the dream was so real. And the people that were in my dream from the past, they didn't have past energy to them. They had present energy because the dream was so real. And
Yeah,
I typically, Kim, do not have dreams that are like realistic like that. Like, I honestly don't even know. Usually if I've had something that's kind of realistic like that, it's like I wake up knowing that that was the past, or knowing like it's a movie. It seems really realistic, but that was not real. This one, I woke up and I just was like shaking my head, going, "This person that was in there, this she was a dear friend of mine years ago." I just was like, "Wow, that's like she's right here in front of me
yeah.
today."
It's
So,
just crazy.
mhm.
So I'm curious on how many other people are having these experiences like in their dreams or daydreaming, um, where like past people are coming up and the timing is different. It feels like they're right there. There's
Yeah,
a time issue. Wow, like I'm actually really confused by all of this.
yeah.
I'm It's like, okay, they're showing me if an old friend of mine were to walk up to me where I'm at right now and just having a conversation like we never dropped off at all. Like we just restarted and I just knew everything that's been happening in our entire life and we just rekindled it exactly where it was, say 20 years ago. And then, but in my head, I'm like, wait a sec, like this doesn't seem right. How are we having this conversation right now? Like we didn't even lose any time, but yet we're talking. And in my head, I'm going, is this real? Is this not real? Like, am I imagining this? Like, does she not recognize this? That's the feeling I get, and I'm confused by it. Like, is not everybody seeing this? Or are they just oblivious?
I'm not really.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a curiosity, that's for sure, this time thing. Because one of the other pieces in the dream that really stood out to me, Kim, was this card that I was telling you about, like a a greeting card for someone. And and the person in the dream told me I had written them a message on this card. I had zero recollection of writing that message whatsoever. And it was song lyrics. And I probably would have remembered writing them out because it would have been the only time in my life I wrote those song lyrics out. Okay. I've never written them out by hand. And as I shared with you, Kim, it was like I was able to pull a film away from the card.
yep,
And then I could see the card, really see it. And I could see that there wasn't my writing and it wasn't my signature after the lyrics. So it wasn't my message that was in that card. And so it was that pulling away of the film. And that's kind of like what time is doing. It's like time
yeah,
is getting pulled away, in terms of the illusion it gives us or something. Like time is still here.
yep,
Time's changing.
it is. Yep. There's
Oh,
still a clock. There's still like, okay, I need to be
hmm,
work at 8 o'clock, there's still
yeah,
that,
yeah.
but it's different.
The thing with, yes, it's, but it's different. And it's a subtle change that pulling that filter, if you will, away was very subtle. It wasn't like confusing. It wasn't scary. It wasn't anything. It was just like, oh, okay, there it is. It was very subtle that I could
Yeah.
then see how that time worked, if you will. But what wasn't subtle was the experience recently of feeling like I didn't have enough time and having too many things to do. That was not subtle at all. That was
Right.
very like, so it seems like there could be a range of experiences that anyone who's listening to this, a range of experiences you might be having with time. But if it's
Yeah.
catching your attention, that's
Yes.
mhm.
Yep. Uh, well, my memory's going back to all the people recently that have been just sharing
Mhm.
that they either lost track of time or time went by super fast. They got caught up in something, or and I feel like our social media has something to do with this. And if you're feeling you're getting lost in time, are you hanging out with a lot of social media? Because that can draw your attention to time gets lost when you're in social media. You know,
Mhm.
TVs, we know this, computers, TikTok, Facebook, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But we can also get lost right now out inside. When we're out in nature, you can get completely lost in nature too with time. I remember growing up and I'm outside and wait a sec, it's like I swear I just went outside and it's 5 hours later and mom's calling me home. Like, wait, what? Where'd the
Yeah.
time go?
Where'd the time go? That's kind of the question. Like, where'd the time go?
Yeah.
That is the question. Where'd the time go?
What did you do in that moment?
Yeah.
What were we actually doing? What were we experiencing in that, say, time loop? Or, yeah, they're like, look at that experience. It's very subtle what is, oh, interesting. What is happening in that time zone that you lost track? You didn't lose track, but where did you go?
Right. Something happened. I'm right
Yes.
now, as you said that, Kim, I went right to an experience I had, I think it's yesterday, day before. And it was one of those where'd the time go? And I stopped. I can tell you when I realized that it was 10 after 5. And I had no clue it was even after 5. I would have thought it was mid-afternoon. And as I just looked, I was like, wow, 10 after 5. And I just like pondered and could feel that something was different with that couple hours that had seemed to disappear. It wasn't scary. It wasn't anything. It was just really unique. It's very hard to put into words because it's so different.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah, and when we reflect in that moment, when you can, okay. So for you, you could go back and like meditate to that area and just watch yourself. See how you were probably in the moment. For you, you were probably in that experience. And when you're in energy, when you're in a vibration frequency that's around you, there is no concept of time.
There is no time.
When
It's yeah, it's
people
like it
are,
collapses.
yep, people are on the other side, passed away loved ones, and then like, oh, why did they show up today? And it's like, well, they have no concept of time because
Yeah,
they're in energy.
yeah,
So it's like that's what your people are stepping into is this world of being here, but yet not being here. And how do you get those two to balance out?
yeah. I think it's something definitely to ponder and something to just play with because I'll tell you that
Yeah,
experience when I realized that it was that where had the time gone, it was actually a really calm, beautiful experience. There was nothing panic around it. It was just unusual because I was so surprised that a couple hours were really gone or
yeah,
seemed to be gone. But it was a beautiful experience. Like I was so present that I really didn't even need time. So it was no big deal that they were gone.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Cool. Thank you, Kim.
yeah, thank you, Joe. Thank you, everyone. I I will sit with this one today too, and I hope the rest of you do too. Just sit in that moment. I keep hearing the word meditation. Sit and meditate. Sit and just observe around you how time is moving, but yet you might not feel that it's moving.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, it's
All right.
interesting. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you again, Kim. We're going to
Yes.
meditate, play with time today.
Yes.
Okay. Till next time.